Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Indian Boxer Ring's inaugural webcast with Diego Garcia, uh, a renowned and respected all breed specialist with all breeds handler from the United States. Diego Garcia needs little or no introduction to the boxer folks because he has been behind a lot of all of those dogs that we have seen and appreciated. So without further ado, Diego, welcome to the Indian Boxer Ring. I hope you're doing well, and how are you coping with the COVID situation?
Hi everybody, it's a great pleasure and honor be with you guys today, and let's hope we can all learn together something and share a little bit about this passion that is showing dogs. So I'm very pleased. Finally, all the time I see a lot of people from India that they're great boxer lovers and followers and everything. So this is a way to finally meet all together. So it is my great pleasure and honor. Okay, thank you so much for the interview
Thank you, Diego.
and
So
for your time and for your time.
you know what, we truly appreciate your time, Diego, and for taking the time to share your knowledge and experience with showing dogs and with your favorite breed, and so is ours, the boxer breed. So let me start this interview off with some basic questions. Could you share with our viewers how you got involved with dogs? A little bit about how you started with dogs.
It was just a few years ago. No, we it was around the 80s. My parents they all they have dogs their whole life, and we start with boxers. We have a boxer in the house, and of course boxers with kids that they played around, and it was really for the first time we saw the boxers, and we fall in love. The whole family fall in love with that breed. So around the 80s, then my father used to work for Lever Brothers Company. So we went a little bit around the world. We stayed around, I think it was Mexico and Venezuela, and our boxers flew with us too. So the boxer had that experience, and it was absolutely beautiful. Her name was Toyd, I remember. It was a plain fawn bitch, very German style, very German style. But she came, to all those trips, follow the family, and and then around the getting started in the dog world. My parents have like a Brindle bitch. My father bought a Brindle bitch, a plain Brindle bitch, and we decided, my father, get the whole family together. Say, guys, what about if we go to dog shows? I said, when you say dog shows, I mean, okay, so that's how everything starts. So we took another plain Brindle bitch, and we get into that fascinated world, and it was just first time in there. We were thinking, wow, I mean, we fall in love, even the whole family, and I was really just impressed. I want everything, that I almost said right there, thinking in my mind. I was very young, but I said, oh my God, I mean, I love this world.
Right.
And our first time in the ring with this Brindle bitch, I never gonna forget. She took 4 out of 4, but that 4 out of 4 for the family was a big deal. Was the greatest excitement that the family could have that day. So my parents took us for dinner, and we were thinking, it was just fascinating. And little by little, we start with more dog shows. Then little by little, it was time to breed that bitch.
Hmm.
And it was a famous kennel down in Canada. It was Donnesless kennel from the Russells.
Right.
And it was a great breeder down in Argentina. Bring one of their dogs down to Argentina. We bred that bitch, and little by little start our breeding program. We have like maybe like 2 3 top dogs. We were thinking, and my father was thinking that breeding dogs will be very easy, and
Hmm.
we realized that it was not easy at all.
Right,
It
right,
was a
right.
lot of dedication, a lot of study, a lot of so after a few years back, after it came the next, we got a couple of nice dogs again.
Hmm.
A couple of nice dogs again that we showed, and we did some winning, and it was fascinating. But
Right.
our main breed, my parents breed boxers. They
Hmm.
did just a few breedings, basset hounds and chows.
Right,
That was another two breeds that they like, but nothing really major surgery there, But
right,
mainly boxers, mainly
right,
boxers. So
right.
that's how everything started.
That's good. I know, Diego, you actually are from Argentina. That's where you're from. Just like I'm from India and moved to Canada. But when did you decide to move to the United States? Which is the mecca of boxers, I would say.
I want to tell you something. In my house, they used to come like all the American magazines and some magazines, like for Europe, and things like that. And I was just really almost every night. We finished dinner, and I couldn't wait to go to my bedroom and start to open those magazines and books and
You
magazines.
stayed
And
out
I
of
always,
trouble. You stayed out of
what?
trouble. I said you stayed out of trouble with the boxer magazines, and your parents were okay with that.
Pretty much, pretty
Hmm.
much.
Hmm.
Almost, I remember that my family, every time it was time to go to dinner or have dinner, my mom had dinner ready, and I was talking about dogs. And you can tell, you can see their faces like, can you give up a little bit for one night? Because I always tell them the exciting thing that probably I did in the afternoon and things like that. But like I said, every night I went back to my bedroom and I get those magazines and just it's not that I knew it, but that was my dream.
Right,
Very young, no matter
right,
what, it's no, because we needed to do it or I needed to do it. It's something that was a dream that said one day I would like to go to America, and then I see those top handlers and I see everything so professional. You know what I mean? So professional.
right.
And then I always, Argentina's FCI, so, but we got it always captivate me a lot. The British boxers, the UK boxers. It was just, man, the American and the British, it was my having always there in my mind, always there in my mind. So how's that? Little by little, that's how I started. My dream. Then around I think was 19 years old.
Hmm.
I said to my father, I went to his room. I said, Daddy, I would really see if I can. I would like to go to America. So my father said, you have to, is that what you really want to do? Just try to follow, try to get as best as you can, if you really think that you would like to do that. Then we
Right.
have the great honor of having Betty Leninger judging down in Argentina. And after, I won the dog won the one of our dogs won the specialty. And I said, I need to talk to your father. She went over and my father was there and she talked to my father and they sent me here, they sent me here to the States. I work a little bit. I work for Michael Shepard. I work for Mary Lou Highfield too. Mary Lou
Hmm.
Highfield, he was the handler from the famous Jacket Boxers.
Yes.
So and really, it really opened my eyes. It was in such a young age. I really think we have to change the way that we show in dogs.
Right.
With the whole respect that everybody deserves, down in South America, and I'm from South America too, but the way we show dogs, the way that we move dogs, you gotta, we have to understand the breed that we're showing and
Hmm.
things like that,
Right.
Of course, we cannot show all the dogs the same way,
True.
but it's very, very, very important to understand that. And I didn't realize when you're young, you think that you can walk without shoes and show any dog and shows any
Right.
dog. I mean, you show whatever you show the same way, you
Right.
know. Uh, but it really, really helped me a lot. Helped me a lot. I will always want to be thankful and gratitude. Only I have gratitude,
Hmm.
uh, to have the opportunity that the people gave it to me,
Hmm.
and my father that really sent me to the United States,
Hmm.
and all the people that little by little, in one way or another one, showed me the way to try
Hmm.
to do the right things 150 times.
True.
So
That
it was
actually.
it was quite a big change.
Mhm.
In our country, you have to understand that
Mhm.
most of the time we got into the ring, we ran. The people sometimes people calling dogs from outside, and it's just what I mean. It's just like a totally different environment, totally
True.
different environment. So
True.
so it
Diego,
was quite a great experience,
yes, and
great.
again, I think the rest is history. You moved to Canada, and sorry, you moved to the United States, and the rest is history. And you've shown a slew of different dogs. For the benefit of the audience, and and you also pointed out that you worked with Michael Shepard and with Mary Lou Hatfield. Do you have any mentors that you had when you started out? What did you learn from those
You know,
mentors?
when I was young, and even these days, and I always try to throw these words, the most fascinated thing that our sport have is like we never quit learning and listen and learning. So that makes the whole, what I mean, the whole story, more fascinating. So I always try to learn from almost every single handler, almost every single handler,
Okay.
because they always, all of them, they have something great to offer. That if you can catch, you can make things happen. And
Right.
my real mentor is and a really close friend, and everybody knows here. But it's Cas Hosaka. Cas Hosaka show toy poodles and poodles and it's for me, it's a great handler, and you have so many, that I always keep an eye, like I say, that's the great thing about these dog shows,
Right.
you can learn from those handlers
Hmm.
a lot. And
True.
don't you ever think that you know everything. If you think that you know everything, you're not gonna make it.
True.
You're not gonna make it.
True.
If you think
Totally
that
agree.
if you think that you know everything, you're not gonna make it. If
Mhm.
you think that 150 times your dog is better than the other, you're not gonna make it.
True. True.
Because the dog that sometimes beat us in a class or in a breed, he has something to offer.
Mm.
Even if our dog had so many titles or won so many best in shows, and we cannot realize that probably that's not the day that can win, because the dog, it doesn't perform the way the judge thinks the dog have to perform, it's just not gonna make it. We got every time we step into the ring, it's just one day at a time and one moment at a time,
True.
because
True.
anything can happen outside, anything can happen in the ring.
Hmm. Hmm. True. Agreed.
So
Um, Diego, I actually wanted to ask you this question, and I've been wanting to ask this question, and thanks to this opportunity. Um, I have seen you in a lot of videos. The way you're like totally into the dog. You have the 100% focus when you are showing a dog. You're not distracted by what's happening around you. Uh, but what's the first thing on your mind when you enter the ring? What's your mindset like when you enter the ring? What are your thoughts? What do you actually what's your mind? What is your mind telling you at that point?
the nivel, I'm saying, I throw a Spanish is the level of concentration. It gotta be like ultimate. You know what I mean? Ultimate. I don't have, like from the time that I'm going out of my motorhome or out of my van and get the dogs ready to go into the ring. The day is just concentrating in all those dogs. you know I'm always try to be as much as careful and see what the judge want. What is what his body language say.
Hmm.
Because all the judges, they have something in every dog that they like to see, or you know what I mean. So what I have to see on the judge for make things easier for him and make things easier for me, you
Mm-hmm.
know.
Right.
And then it's a process, it's a preparation, it's a concentration with the dog, and the dog gotta stay focused. The dog gotta stay focused.
Mm-hmm.
It's very important. So that's the process during the week that we work with them.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of talking. It's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of talking. I will never gonna get tired. I will never gonna get tired. And like I say, and I respect every single handlers because we all have different ways to do things.
True.
And don't you ever believe that my way is better than the other one or the other one. It's just everybody have their own way. It's the talking.
Mm.
For
True.
me, it works since I step here. Is the talking, is the connection with the dog and the talking. If you
Mm-hmm.
see just a few videos, I'm constantly talking to them. I
Mm-hmm.
encourage them. I make them feel part of me, and I feel part of them.
Mm-hmm.
My hands always soft, getting to their skin. It's so
Right.
important. They have to feel that.
Mm.
Because in 1 second you can get a little bit nervous, and you know what I mean, and we're gonna lose the dog, we're gonna lose the whole package, and we
Right.
have to have that package always, always
Mm-hmm.
together, always
Right.
together.
Could you actually, you mentioned about knowing how to show a dog according to the judge. How do you do that? How do you know how to show a dog according to the judge? Would you say this is a movement judge, or this is a judge who actually wants a dog as, on us, who will actually like it, the front and back, or if this judge is actually going to be impressed by the stack? How do you read the judge?
It's not that the dog, it's not that the judge is gonna be impressed. We have only one standard, and we
Mm-hmm.
follow, you know what I mean, we follow the standard. When
Mm.
we start a boxer, we want a level top line and one package, one solid piece. We don't want something over angulated and stretched in the rear. We don't want a slappy top line. You know
Mm.
what I mean? It's just one breed type solid piece. So we
Mm.
have to show that to the judge.
Right.
From our abilities, we have to present the dog, and here is the dog, and the judge wants to see that picture.
Right. True.
You
True.
know, from the far, the judge look at the whole lineup, and he would like to see that picture.
Mm-hmm.
Balance, balance is like the Bible.
Right.
You
True.
have one dog in the front, one dog in the rear, and it's unbalanced. We
Mm-hmm.
can, even if the dog is unbalanced, we can help that unbalanced package try to see as much as balance, as much as a level top line.
Mm-hmm.
We can create that package, but we have to understand, like I say, from what I see, from what I see.
Mm-hmm.
And down, even I see down there, it's like, if I see a few videos, it's just running the ring, going around. Stack the dog, overstretch the dog.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Then, then they have to pull. So the sternum is coming out totally incorrect. It's
Mm.
not a soft line going nice and easy into those areas.
Right. True. Agree.
It's not easy. I mean, it's not easy, and maybe people can agree or disagree. When you look at a boxer from the front, you don't want to see that totally bodybuilder coming out like totally. You want to see just a nice straight line with a nice definition of muscles in the rear and in the front,
Mm-hmm.
and a tight skin, dry skin into the body. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so all those pictures, all those sensations, they're constantly gotta be in your mind. They
Mm-hmm.
constantly gotta be in your mind. When we
True.
get up, when we get up in the morning here at the house, we put the dogs outside. If we have any breeds coming in, or we have the boxers, we let those dogs breathe free. We just look at those dogs free.
Mm.
It's the best thing to do. You look at them free, you see how much extension they have in the front, how much extend, those rears. If
Mm-hmm.
those feet, they don't cross each other, they meet each other at the perfect timing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Hmm.
It's so many things.
Hmm.
It helped me. It really helped me a lot too. Is and now we have Facebook these days, you know. But the the movement, the timing movement for the American handlers is just outstanding,
Right.
outstanding.
So you
They know
mean,
the Americans, they know really how to use their legs to move those dogs properly.
hmm
We are no, we are Latin. We have that blood coming in and going out of the body like crazy,
hmm
and you know what I mean. You
hmm
gotta we have to learn to keep that mind clear and cool,
hmm
and really show the way that you have to present. You
true.
have to present the dog, you know.
Yeah, true. Now, you that brings an interesting point that you brought up, in terms of the pace that you move the dog. It's extremely important to show the dog, the best to the judge. The pace, the how fast or how slow you move the dog, that's extremely important. I totally agree with that. But on the same topic, uh, some boxers can be shy. Some of them can be aggressive. Some of them can be outgoing. Some of the dog would want to show. Some of the dog might not want to show. But how do you manage to keep them focused in the ring? Like, for example, let's say, let me say, if you have to show a class dog, which is, let's say, who does not want to show, how do you keep them focused?
Like I always said, I talking from my point of view. I'm a very obsessive person. You know, Eh, what I see over the years that it really helped me a lot and helped me with a lot of dogs. I try to don't let them think. You have to think before. Try to think before that. What is
Hmm.
going to be their next step or the next move? You got to stay in front of that. You know, the more you let them think and getting into your game, is the more you're gonna, that shyness, it will finally meet with you, with that concentration. You know,
Right.
we have to understand, like in boxers, temperament is like, is a big flag for us. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? So we really we got to put a lot of emphasis on temperaments. You
Hmm.
know, but what I do, even if they're a little shy, or they're great temperament, I work and try to think always in before them.
Hmm.
So I take them out, and I always tell them, they looking at me, they looking at me. I constantly have a bait with me. The whole day I have cookies
Hmm.
in my pocket. So every 2 seconds, it works in like tell them, watch. They looking at you. You gave a cookie.
Right.
It doesn't. It's not going to work from my opinion. It's not going to work. It's not working with a dog
Mm.
for 5 hours.
Right.
If you can get 15 great magic moments with the dog, it's
Hmm.
done for today. I mean, it's just done for today. That will make, at the end of the road, it will make a big difference. The noises, we constantly make noises. We put the loud music, and the dogs, they get used to. They get used to.
Right.
Remember,
Right.
always, the other thing is, like, if you watch videos, soft hands are so important. Soft hands and the
Mm.
communication. It really are a big key in the process.
Right. True.
We tend to be, like, in South America, not in a bad way, but just a little bit more hard hands. And like I said, I mean, a boxer is a guard dog, and with a lot of temperament, but they're sensitive. They can be sensitive too. So
Right.
so the way you use your hands on those bodies, it can make a big difference.
You can
A
talk to
big.
the longer. You can talk to the dog with your hands. If they're feeling shy, talk to
If
the
they
dog,
feel,
make it feel
just
comfortable.
the feeling, the feeling they have when you go over to that body with your hands nice and easy,
Hmm.
you feel they're gonna get relaxed. They're gonna get that top line more relaxed.
Hmm.
The rear, you know, you can feel that.
True, true.
No, and the talking is essential. The
Yes.
talking is essential.
Right.
I see a lot of people that it's just not a lot of communication with their dogs in the ring,
Mm.
because I understand they're nervous. They're, you know,
Mm.
it
Well,
gotta
yeah, true. Agreed.
it gotta
Absolutely.
gotta be that communication and
True.
that talk. You know.
Yep. Um, I actually, Diego, I know that you special a lot of dogs. When I say special, these are the dogs going for the highest honors, like the top 20, or, they're actually showed for, they are actually, even after they've become a champion, you continue to show them because they are special. Uh, and specialing a dog involves a lot of variables, including traveling with a dog as well. You're on the road almost every week, you're at the shows every weekend. How do you maintain the condition of the dog while you're campaigning a dog? How do you keep them in the tip top condition and the winning condition?
When we campaigning dogs, it's, I mean, it's a lot of traveling. It's a lot of traveling here, you know. So we have the fortune that we have a motorhome here. We're just me and my wife Evie, and we have a friend of us that always help us, Aaron. You know, and so we do the job. So we have like 6 7 crates in the motorhome. That's it. That's the limit that we show the two of us, and then we have a treadmill in the motorhome. We have a machine in the back. Like after the show, what we do, we massage those dogs before we put them a little bit on the treadmill. And the treadmill is just not to run, just
Hmm.
to use those muscles correctly. Because remember, sometimes we have a lot of outdoor shows, and that grass is always uneven some parts, and the dogs they always get more stronger in one side than the other one. So with what we do with the treadmill after the show is like 15 minutes, 15 20 minutes. It's just walking, stretching,
Hmm.
and just no elevation, no elevation. It's just holding the leash and just we pull a little bit until we see that the four pads they are firm on the treadmill.
Hmm.
Okay?
Hmm.
Because remember, like I see videos a few times. I saw videos. The people they put those dogs on those treadmill with elevation, and the dog is like going and going and going. You start to really build up. You start to kind of destroy that frog. Then
Right.
they get so heavy, so rough on their feet. They start to turning. You know what I mean? A lot. Then they build through the shoulders. You have the shoulder blades, and it's a muscle there that you gotta keep an eye from
Right.
the morning to the night. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So you can build that muscle up. I use it for a nice 15, 20 minutes with all my dogs. I use it for a nice 15, 20 minutes, just a nice walk that they stretch, and I put just a little bit of leash, and they get in the rear. You know, they get that work.
Right.
So that's how we keep them, you know, like during the weekend. Then we go outside. We got, you know, we always bring a bicycle. We do a little bit of bicycle too, and treadmill is good.
Hmm.
You can get a nice extension, and full extension with bicycle, or a golf cart. You know, we got a big field in the back here.
Hmm.
One of our neighbors, and I take the dogs early in the morning, and I do that work.
Right.
Remember too that if you use bicycle or golf cart, or you
Hmm.
always soft floors,
Hmm.
soft floors, no
Right.
cement. Try
Hmm.
to avoid that. You know, that's going to be very hard on those muscles.
Yep.
And always work both sides.
Hmm. Always
You know,
work both sides. Okay. Got it.
both sides.
Hmm.
Because always the dogs they tend to put more weight on one side of the body than the other one. So what you do is just you work both muscles from the left and from the right.
Got it.
when
That's.
when I work my dogs outside,
Mhm.
I always wear them from the left and from the right.
Hmm.
I go around from the left, I go around from the right.
Right.
You know what I
Uh,
mean? So it's very important that you get the
mhm.
balance, balance on the dog too.
True. And I've seen you, Diego, showing some older dogs, dogs which are like 4 years, 4.5 years. Is there a danger that when you put them on the treadmill or when you cycle the dogs, that they might actually get muscle, they might get too much muscle on their shoulders? How do you actually, is there a point where you say, you know what, I'm going to have to stop working on the muscles because I don't want the shoulders to get too bulky, or, I don't want the hindquarters to get too bulky.
But
Where do you draw the line?
you have to understand. You're telling me a dog like we're talking about 4 or 5 years old.
Right.
You know what I mean? 4 or 5 years old for a boxer,
Mm,
it just is a quite high age for the show career that
mm-hmm.
to keep that body in good shape. It's just is one of the most difficult jobs that we have as a handler.
Right.
So like ourselves, we just we don't show boxers. I mean, boxers that long,
Mm,
and then boxers that they come. You don't see boxers they come once in a life when we show like Scarlett.
mm-hmm.
Scarlett was a dog to meant to be. I mean, she retired, going in the ring like an Afghan hound and with the body on her clean, all
Mm,
the lines.
right.
Scarlett still, the day she retired, she looked like a two and a half, three
Yeah.
years old
Yeah.
kid.
Absolutely.
You didn't see anything there, and you know what I mean. So it's just not a easy job. I will
Mm,
not what we see on like in boxers is the males they get more bulky, more more macho there. 4 or 5 years old. The bitches too, but
mm,
in the dogs, if I show them, or if I was at the end of the career of those dogs, I always let them be free. We got a big place, and every time we move from one house to another one, but we have a big place.
mm,
So the muscle work are their time. You know what I mean. If
mm-hmm.
you force to work that body at 4 or 5 years old, it's not the same body that you work at 2 years old.
True.
Uh, you know.
Yep. True.
And
Agree. It's
remember
more of the.
when you guys work the dog, it's just 15, 20 minutes. You don't have to, we have to think about them. We have to make them feel comfortable 24/7. It's
True.
not it's not our ego in going and in the ring and win because of you and because of you. It might be a lot of people they think that we think that way, but it's
Mm-hmm.
not.
Mm, right. True.
We breed a boxer. My parents they used to breed a boxer, or you guys breed a boxer to present to the fancy your breeding stock to present the judge. And if the dog win,
Hmm.
he won your breeding. He won the dog won. You know what I mean? We have to try to stay away from the
Right.
from our from our part. What we do as a handler is help them to make them look good, to present them, and to keep those dogs in extremely high condition to try
Hmm.
to make things happen. And if
True.
suppose it's not happen on a Friday and we have a 4 day show, it might be happen on Saturday. If not
Hmm.
happen, it might be happen on Sunday. But we
Right.
go to bed, we go to sleep, that we try.
Hmm.
Don't you ever go to sleep with a show dog that you think that is something that you could do to make things happen or to make things look better.
True.
To
Agreed.
make things look better.
Agreed. Diego, and again, for the benefit of viewers, most of them that are from India, India is a humid country, which has the extremes of weather. You have the extreme cold and the extreme heat. But I want to actually specifically ask you about what are some of the challenges that or what are some of the things that you would like to share in terms of tips with the viewers about showing a boxer under hot and humid conditions?
When as we know, I mean, hair and expression. I mean, expression in the boxer is like it's just it's, it's like almost giving a few roses to your wife. You know what I mean? So the expression in the boxer is just the ultimate for me.
Hmm.
So the boxer gotta be cool. We got it. You know, when you judge my dog, the judge he will like to go over that front and get in and get and look at that face. They want to see the expression. They want to see the eyes. They want to see the muscle. If that dog is open the mouth and it's just screaming hot, you know what I mean? It's just not going to happen.
Hmm.
Then again, the skin of the boxer is very sensitive too.
Right.
As much as cool we can keep a boxer, as much as white and the skin is gonna be pale. We don't want to. It's not gonna get as soon as if you look at the temperature. As soon as you go high in the temperature, around the boxer, you gotta see the lips. You're gonna see around the eye. You get the reddish. You get the. You know what I mean? We
Hmm.
try to keep that head cool and
Hmm.
the body. We
And
use
I,
here in America what we use. And it gives us great results. We use coolers with ice and water, and we soak inside. They call chamois like the one that you guys to dry cars and things like that. We put those chamois in, maybe a couple chamois, and every handler or every owner should take his cooler close to the ring and
hmm.
just keep the dog cool. When we prepare the boxer on the table too, I always put a chamois on them because
Hmm.
you keep that body nice and relaxed and those muscles relaxed, and
Right.
it really helps.
Hmm.
What we do too is like before the judge go to examine our dog, maybe a couple of dogs before, we keep them in one corner with no disturbing anybody. We put those chamois on the dog. We put a chamois close to the neck, and for the time that it's going to be our time to show that dog to the judge really, he can really appreciate the
Hmm.
face. He can
Hmm.
really appreciate the body. You know, Eh, like I said, we gotta keep an eye on everything.
True.
It
True.
sometimes looks a little easy, but it's not easy, and it's
No.
more preparation
Hmm.
before those 2 3 minutes we have in the ring
Hmm.
than in the ring.
Right. See, another important or the most frequently asked questions is the boxer, because of the way it's constructed, the head is constructed, tends to actually put its tongue out a lot, right? When it puts the tongue out, the dog puts the tongue out. It does not give the appearance or the beauty of the dog. It doesn't show the beauty of the head as it
You
should.
lose it.
That's right. So, any tips that you want to share with viewers on how you can actually have the dog head or the tongue? Would that also be just keeping the dog cool?
Is the chamois and the ice and the cooler. Then
Hmm.
we always keep Sprite water bottles. So we give them, we give them water, and,
Hmm.
and that chamois is the key. And what I see, because I like to keep an eye on everything. I see a lot of people that they put that chamois, they start to work with the dog. They put that chamois. The poor dog have the same chamois for like 10 minutes.
Hmm.
No, you got it.
Hmm.
Put them in the ice cold. Take them out. Put them in.
Hmm.
Take them out. Put them in. I
Right.
feel always. I feel it's like Evie and Aaron that where they work with me. Sometimes I look at their faces and those hands are cold. I mean, those hands are cold, but it's the way that we can keep those dogs, comfortable, and for the judge, to can go over to the dog and examine the dog, and the dog is gonna be fine, for
True.
that particular moment.
True. True. I agree. Um, on the topic of baits, you mentioned about keeping the dog interested and focused. You mentioned about the baits. What have you, in the years that you have shown dogs, what have you found to be the best bait or the treat while showing a dog? What is the best bait that has worked for you?
Every dog is different. The sensation that I had over the year. If you have dogs that they constantly gotta go in the ring, and suppose if you're lucky enough and you win the breed, then you gotta go to the group. Remember, in America, we got like 4 or 5 day shows, weekends. I'm sorry, shows. So it is a lot of dogs. It's a lot of days of bait, and their tummy can get a little sensitive, and they can be upset. Most of the time, I use chicken. Most of the time, I use chicken. Kind
Mm-hmm.
of like grilled chicken we cook at the house, or we put in the microwave just a plain chicken. And it really gave me great results, because I think a lot of people, they use liver, and we use a little bit of liver, but I mean, the liver, it can be heavy on their stomach age. You know what I mean? It
Mm-hmm.
can be a little heavy. So I mean, the chicken, it really gave me a lot of result. And what I do, like during the week, at least once a week, I
Mm-hmm.
always have in the freezer a grilled chicken that I take out. I warm it up, and still give them the thinking that is coming the chicken.
Mm-hmm. You get them
Okay,
used to the bait before you get them into the show, right? The
you
same
know what
bait.
you know what I mean. So I
Mm-hmm.
give the cookies, but that chicken gotta be in the house around. Once a week, just everybody a little bit of watch and the chicken, and it really gave me great results. Great results. Take care of a dog. It's not easy. It's not an easy job.
Mm-hmm. True.
We take very personally taking care of the dogs. It's like our family. It's like our kids. So that's another great thing.
Mm-hmm.
That when I came here the first time, can you imagine when I saw that here in America, the dogs, I mean, we treat the dogs perfectly. I mean, in South America, we treat the dogs great. But here in America, my first time I saw toys on those crates. I see they was talking to the dogs. The soft hands. It's just, it gave me the perspective that what I wanted, what I wanna do.
Right.
I always say, when I'm going to bed in the night, I want my sheets clean. I
Mm-hmm.
want everything gotta be clean. I want a nice fresh glass of water
Mm.
or a meal before I go to bed. The dogs are exactly the same. When
Right.
they go to bed, their bed gotta be clean. Those
Right.
water buckets constantly, they gotta be with fresh water and clean. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? So
True.
that's how I see it. That's
Yeah.
how I see it.
Um, do you actually, how do you select the best leash for the dog? Like, for example, is it the same leash that you use for all the dogs, or is it dependent on the dog, the thickness of the leash, or, how thin the lead is? How do you make that choice?
It's the pen of the dog.
Okay.
Because like I told you before, everybody goes out. Before we start to put our hands on the dogs, we spend a few days with the dogs free. We see how they carriage themselves, how they present themselves their own during the day, how they carry that neck, how they carry that front assembly.
Mm,
Okay, and
right.
like I always say, for me, head, neck, front, head, neck, front is the steer wheel of the dog.
Mm,
Is everything. Is the
right.
whole is the whole picture. So we start to see, okay, the way the dog use himself by himself. If we start to see, okay, what kind of leash are we going to use? Or we're
Mm,
going to use nylon, or we can use a little bit, like we use for Dobermans, cadena. How is cadena?
mm,
Chain. I'm
right.
sorry.
Mm,
Eh, so if they get too sensitive, sometimes they get too sensitive, and we said, "Oh my God! I mean, I cannot get those ears up."
mm,
Sometimes they change. You know what I mean? It's too sensitive there in the neck.
right.
So nylon, you start to train them with nylon, and it will help.
Mm,
I train me particular, and I have to say, like I always say it about other handlers. Everybody have their own systems. I try to train them without leash
okay.
from the beginning, and I don't touch them. My training is just, they have to walk close to me. They gotta stay with me. They gotta, you know what I mean. do down and back without leash, going around without leash, and then I start to put the leash.
Right.
Because I want them to feel naturally the same way that they're gonna make them feel as naturally movement the same way when I'm gonna use with the leash.
Right.
Like I said, it sounds strange, but it's how I do it. You know what I
Mm.
mean? That's
Yeah.
how I do it, and that's
True.
I love when the dogs are looking. I mean, they're with me and they're looking at me. And
Mm.
when they move, probably sometimes we can get a boxer or a dog that is a little restricted in the front. We can try to loosen up a little bit, like I say, chain hands, moving to the right
Mm-hmm.
and the left, and all those kind of things. It will help. It will help at the end
True.
at the end of the day.
Right. Right. Diego, and we were chatting. I think a few days back. You actually showed me how much as in you know what's happening around the world. You know how dogs are presented in India. I was surprised that you knew that how dogs are shown stacked, presented in India. You've seen a few videos. Uh, what are some of the common mistakes you notice that we could actually avoid? Like, for example, the do's and don'ts of handling. What are some of the things you would like to share tips to the Indian audience in terms of what they should avoid doing, or what you would like to see them do more better?
When what I see too is like I see the judges. Everybody present themselves, very very formal. We have to we have to do exactly the same way. We present a dog. You guys, the owners represent their breeding stock when they go into the ring. So they got to present their dog well dressed. Remember always from the judge's view when they go to far from you. If a dog probably or it's a little long on body or it's not as stronger, the top line is not strong. I mean, if you were lighter clothes and it's a fawn dog and you were lighter clothing, that view is not going to be an impact to the jack that it was like you dress dark, kind of dark, and you're showing a fawn dog, very
Hmm.
light fawn dog, and the
Right.
top line is not strong, it's a little long on body. You know what I mean? Those kind of things you gotta keep in mind. Then you guys, you definitely see how those dogs move.
Hmm.
When you guys walking into the ring, your body is a continuation through your hands to the dog.
Right.
So we gotta be you follow that dog flawless with no effort and no running and no running.
Hmm.
I'm telling you, no running, but believe me, we're all humans and we know perfect. Even these days, sometimes I can get a little excited, and I have judges that telling me, "Please, Diego, slow down."
Mm.
So right away, I change my CD and back to basics. You know what I mean? So we gotta keep ourselves together. We gotta keep those chamois on top of those dogs to keep them calm. Sometimes I can tell because even if you don't read the boxer standard, I will love for the people just take the time to look at the pictures. Just look
Mm.
at the pictures. If
Right.
we see a nice square, no overangulated, a level top line,
Hmm.
and we see that dog is like one package, it
Hmm.
is a reason for that. It's just they don't put that picture because of you know what I mean.
Hmm.
Eh, 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 so try to get into your mind. Try to get
Hmm.
into your mind.
Right.
The tail, the insertion of the tail is a tail. I see a lot of people they pushing those tails to the front. It's already supposed that it's already like a gay tail. They
Hmm.
doing this more and more and more.
Hmm. Hmm.
Just a soft tail.
Hmm.
There, don't push it. Don't make it. Don't get that tail all the way to the ears.
Hmm.
You know,
Yeah. True. True.
spend time. Like I say, we have the great facility these days so that we can watch videos.
Mm.
That we can watch videos.
True.
So Keep watching those videos, see, the movement, how they move those dogs. It never get stuck in your breed. I mean, it's so many breeds. You have so many handlers around the world that you can learn something from all of them.
Mm.
Like me. I mean, like when I see, like I say, Kaz showing those poodles. Oh, it's like dancing in the ring. He followed those. You know how hard it's trying to follow a toy dog and make look that flawless,
Mm.
like Kaz does with those toys. That's not easy. That's not
Right.
an easy job.
Right.
That's not an easy job.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Diego, I've got a question for you from one of our viewers. So this, I'm going to post it on the screen. Um, has there been a time when you came close to losing or you lost your cool in the ring? I'm talking about Diego here. So has there been a time when Diego got carried away, and how did you regain that composure, and how did you not let that affect the dog? Like,
Are there been times when you come close to losing, lost your cool with the dog? How do you then regain to ensure it doesn't affect you and the dog composure? I try to understand what you're asking me.
so let me rephrase this
Like
question.
if I lose or I'm getting close to lose, and
No,
how do I keep myself and the dog keeps keeping myself together and the dog together, or
uh, this is actually about, let's say, for example, you go into the ring with a plan, and the plan is not working as per your plan. Let's say, for example, you decide, you know the competition, you know the judge, and you know how you're going to present the dog, and you go into the ring with a plan. And if the plan comes fine, it's good, everything is normal, no issues there. But sometimes when that plan does not happen according to plans, how do you actually make corrections? How do you make corrections in that ring so that you don't affect that dog?
first of all, I always try to make connection with the dog from the
Hmm.
time that I stepping into the ring. You have 2 3 minutes to make things happen. If that moment something happened or something is not going the way you think it's gonna go, you have to keep yourself together and calm. The more calm you try to stay, even if the situation is not working, you can get out of the situation briefly. You know what I mean? The best
Hmm.
you can. The best you can. Is if the dog's gonna go in the ring, something happened. It's gonna get nervous. You gonna get nervous.
Mm.
You gotta stay calm. You gotta be in charge. You gotta be in charge of that situation.
Mm.
That because at the end of the day, it's not an easy day because we always constantly that we know that sometimes something can go wrong.
Right.
Sometimes can go wrong. So like when you can show a top dog that winning so many best in shows. But like I say, probably that day is not going to be the day that it's going to perform the way. It's one way that you think that the dog's going to perform, and it's totally different game from you guys from outside. That you probably from outside you say, "Oh, looks great." I can tell you that from
Mm.
inside, from our hands, we see that the dog performed maybe half of what we think that the dog could perform.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you
Yeah.
gotta stay calm. When you have that situation, and just get it. Step by step, little by little. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Little by little. Try to stay away and the problem as much as you can.
Got it.
That because it's not telling you the truth. It might be happen. You're gonna have a problem, but it's just try to think that we never is gonna be enough room for that. It's
Right.
not you don't you ever make room for a problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's because we have to see the way the judge wants the dogs to present, the way the judge wants the dogs to move. If you're lucky enough one day and you make it in front, you will make it in front of a camera to show a dog.
Hmm.
You know how hard it is to get that dog focused and he's gonna get in front of that camera and see, what I mean? Wow, he's gonna
Hmm.
or maybe we have a judge that is a very, very tall judge. And for the dog, he's looking up and said, okay, oh my Lord, you know what I mean? So they're talking, they talking, they keeping an eye on everything that might be happen.
Hmm.
Everything that might be happen. When
Hmm.
you do down and back, you make sure that you go perfectly straight line, down and back,
Hmm.
down and back. If the dog probably is a little, you think that might be concerned a little bit on that camera, just don't get in that close to the camera. Just keep him focused with you. Think
Hmm.
in front of them. Just think before them.
Got
You
it.
know,
Yeah.
uh, uh, you gotta stay in top of those things.
Yeah.
Like I said,
Agreed.
and you guys having the facility to watch videos. It's very important to watch those videos.
True.
You know.
Um, so Diego, I actually, you mentioned about winning. I want you to actually hear from you. You having won a lot, or you winning a lot of boxes. You might also tend to lose as well sometimes. I want you to actually talk about the ring etiquette that you would like people to develop when they show dogs.
Well, telling you the truth, I have the chance. I have the chance that I'm showing, and sometimes I have the possibility that go out of the country and maybe and judge boxers. The people gotta learn to lose, how to lose. When you win is very, very easy. But to lose, the people gotta learn how to, how, when you lose, you gotta be prepared for that. So it's very important. It's very important they proceed that when you're gonna receive a ribbon from the judge, probably you think that you should have won that class or that group, and maybe you got a third, you got a second, or fourth, you got a fourth, you get that ribbon exactly the same way that you get that best in show ribbon. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
You have to, that's the right, that's the right attitude. if we cannot if we cannot see the faults of our dogs, or we think always that probably our dogs is better than the other one, it's just it's going to be a little blurry for the time you're going to try to find the finish line.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Always have something. The dogs that beat us have something to offer. We're talking about kind of equal dogs, or maybe you can go different, one way or another one.
Right.
The judge always can tell you what is right and what is wrong about our dogs. Don't lose the time on criticize. Don't lose your time in bashing and destroying the competition dog. Just that time is so important in how we can get for the next day, how we can present our dog, how we can get better
Hmm.
as the professionals, as the people that know about our breeds. If we think that probably we should have won a class, it gotta be a reason why. Don't just pack or go away or go. You know what I mean? Just leave the show thinking that you should have won that class. Just rewind and see every single step what you did.
Mm.
Losing is a great part of our sport too. It's a
True.
lot of it too, because the youngsters, they get so excited and so excited,
Hmm.
and it's very important to look at the whole picture.
True.
the
True.
judges the judges have their days too, and they see things in one dog that probably they don't see in the other dog.
True. Agreed.
And be
Agreed.
smart, be professional. If you show 5 dogs, you got to be in that ring almost the whole day going around.
Mm.
So, you know what I mean? The judge is judging the moment. So you're going to come in probably after, or you showing a 6 to 9 puppy dog boxer, and you got 4 out of 4, and you're thinking that you should have won, and your body language talk. Remember that probably you're going to have maybe 5 more dogs to show, or
Right.
6.
Right. It's
You
important
know,
to be positive. Yeah.
presentation and positive
Yeah.
always.
True.
Stay, and my greatest advice: stay closer to the people that that you can learn in a positive way. Stay away from the people that negativity, that they destroying the competition, that
Mm.
is always an agenda in the show.
Right.
You're going into the show and it's always an agenda.
Right.
I go mentally at the show like I was when I was 15, 16 years old.
Mm.
If I don't go with that mentality, you know what I mean, and enjoy the day, and I hope that I can convince the judges in the way that maybe I was preparing my dog, or I have a decent dog, you know what I mean. If I gonna leave my house and the show is always is so much talking, so many things involved, just
Mm.
stay home. Stay
Mm.
home because you know what I mean.
Yep.
You want to eat an apple, and at the end of the day, you're gonna have an orange there on the table. So you know what I mean. So don't get it confused. Don't get
Sure.
it confused.
Thank you,
If you
Diego.
want to talk, me particular, I'm not great. I don't talk to the judges. Me particular,
Mm.
but if I want to ask something to the judges, it's always something asking about learning.
Right.
Or what do you think that I can do something different that might be help me in the future?
True. True.
You know what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those are
Yeah.
the things. You know?
Diego, I've got a question for you from one of the viewers. I put it up on the screen. I'm going to read that to you. What would you advise to a owner handler who wants to show their own dogs, considering that time is a major constraint, training or conditioning their dogs for shows? What's your take on that?
Well, you advise to an owner handler who wants to show their own dogs, considering time is major constraint, training or condition their dogs for shows. First of all, I remember with my father. You know what I mean. It's always time. You can have a day job. You can leave the house 7 o'clock in the morning. You can get up a little early. You can do the process. You can exercise the dogs, or you can come back and in the night you can work. You can work with the dogs, and you can do the bicycle, or you can try to stack the dog and do the down and back, brushing them. You know, I don't want to forget this because I saw the most of the dogs in India. I saw them with a lot of difficulties in their skin. In their skin, those skin always have or like elbows, or you know what I mean, like missing a lot of hair. Remember that it's a short coated breed. We gotta keep that coat moisturized all the time. Even you know what I mean. You have hot weather, like right now we have really hot weather down here in North Carolina. So it's very important to keeping those coat always moisturized. I always put some water with any kind of conditioning, in the Sprite water bottle. Shake it, and most of the day, 3 4 times every time they're going out, I spray those bodies. If you gotta go to work in the morning, just spray. Keep that moisture in their skin, so doesn't get dry.
Hmm.
So
Sure.
it's always time that you can find that you can work with the dogs, even like 5 minutes, 5 10 minutes. It's always better than nothing. The
Mm.
process of working constantly and not for short period of times is more valuable than on and on and on. You know,
Mm.
the dogs are smart, believe me, and they catch everything you do.
Mm. True, true, true. Diego, I know you actually are going to show your bitch. You agreed. Thank you for that. You're going to show your bitch, and you're going to give a demonstration later. But I just want to finish this interview with a question, which a lot of people want to know, which is, having shown many dogs over the years, do you have any favorites? Do you have any favorites in over the years that you've shown boxes? Any favorites?
Everybody answer the same thing. Sometimes that is tough. I mean, it's a tough decision. Every dog has something special. I mean, being in like I show different breeds, but I mean, boxers and Dobermans it's like really in America there are breeds really high breeds, you know. So I showed a beautiful. I showed Rio Ravens with Southern Cross. That he won the group at the Garden year 2000. That was a Doberman. That was a really. I mean, that's the dog that changed our life with my wife. You know what I mean? It really changed our life. And then in boxers, I mean, you know, I mean we have, I mean, Scarlet, Devlin, we have Loki. We show at the beginning, and he won the national. It's a lot of dogs. They have something special. And I definitely have to say that we're not talking about if it's better or not, but once in a
No.
life, I've been so lucky in having that once in a life dog, you know. And that Scarlet, I mean, she was magic. You know, she was magic, that bitch, because she showed from the first day that she's stepping into the ring to the last day in the show career. She was magic every single time. She never a normal dog have a bad day. And I remember her. I never saw her with a bad day. Even if it was a day that she feel a little tired, she was just looking at me, and she's still doing it for me, but doing like she don't even care. But you know what, my friend? I mean, those dogs, they're not coming. They're not coming often.
Hmm.
You know, they can be a better dog or another one that is more close to the standard. But that dog that have something special. You know, it's just they don't come in every time. You know, that Scarlett, she was really special.
Hmm.
And I have to say, the last beach, Devlin, the Mephistos, you know, speak of the devil, that she won the group at the Garden. I mean,
Hmm.
extremely special. I mean, a headpiece on that beach, and a mouth. I mean, particular mouth. I mean, I'm very fanatic about mouses in boxers.
Hmm.
One of the best mouth in boxers bitches I ever saw in my life. You know, I
Right.
ever saw in my life. Like I say, you know what I mean. If we're gonna sit here, we're gonna criticize dogs. They all have something. They all have
Yeah.
something. We
True.
gotta keep focus on our view in the positive and in the good things.
True. True.
Even the people that are not in the sport and they don't know nothing about dogs, the faults on the dogs, they can find it easily.
Hmm.
They can find it easily.
Right. True.
But the good things that every single dog have to offer, that's the key. That's the key to learn. You know, in learning,
True. True.
learning. You know,
Yeah. I totally agree, Diego. And again, I want to actually thank you for your time, in sparing your time behind your schedule. You have a lot of dogs to look after, and I know I can see your kennel right behind you. All those photographs and all your dogs. We would like to see more of your kennel. So if you want to show your dog, I'm gonna
What
actually.
I will do, what I will do, I mean, I show you guys a little bit, just a little bit. The kennel, it's not a fancy kennel, but it just worked for us. You know what I mean? We was dreaming in one day have the chance. We were very hard with Evelyn that finally have the place that we want. I'm just thinking about them. You know what I mean? We don't show too many dogs, and we want everybody have the plenty of space. And what I will do, you know, just real quick, so we can finish. Just give you a view on. I'm gonna pull maybe a couple of boxers and just take them around and put it on the table. You can see, and just I hope you guys can take something positive about this conversation. Okay.
Thank you, Diego. Yes, thank you.
Let me see how we can do this. I'm not good on the. Give me 1 second. Yes. I can put it in the other video. Give me 1 second, please.
Yes.
Oh,
Now you gotta make it turn the camera, or you can.
like this. I can turn it.
Okay.
You guys can see a little bit. That's my baby. That's my baby.
Everybody being so quiet.
Yeah. That's my baby. Yeah. Watch. Good girl. Oh, yeah. Watch. That's a good guy. We constantly talk to them, and we always use those words. We use the words like watch, and it's always something in the hand, you know? Good girl. This is the yard that we have the cookies, and it's always the watch. Good girl. Good puppy. Oh, yes. Watch. There you go, sweetheart. That's my girl. There we go. Good boy. Yes. So this is our kennel. The other thing that we use a lot that is very important for us. We use every time we train dogs or we start dogs. Very important. We have a mirror right here. Mirror, like I always say, is the key. That key. Huh? The mirror is the one of a main key when you start the dog. You can see the dog. You can see the body. You can see how that body look. You know. Then we have here our treadmill. We have our treadmill, and then we have here where we bathe them. It's just simple, but it really works great for us. What I will do now, I'm gonna tell you a little bit how do I work with the box a little bit. Very quick. Come on, follow. Yeah, girl.
Have the leash.
Girl. Woo. Watch.
Too bad I cannot flip the camera.
Stay. Watch. Good girl. Yes. Good girl. Watch. Good job, sweetheart. Watch. Always the word watch gotta be there, you know. Good job. Oh yeah, that's my baby girl. Oh yeah. Watch. Yeah. Come on, girl. Watch. Stay. Yeah. Ready. This is what I do every day with them. Oh yes, pretty girl. Oh yes. Then the other thing that I always tell you guys from the beginning, I spray the water with conditioning every day. Very important. The other thing, what I do when I brush them constantly, very important. The brushing is very important. And look at my hands. I brushing her. Good girl. But I work. You see, brush. What I do every time I brush the body the way that the hair grows. Okay, hair grow here. So that's what I do. Okay, I'm brushing this way.
Sophie.
Constantly water and conditioning. Good job. Watch. Oh yeah. Yes, good. Watch. Good job. And I'm going to show you a little bit. Good job. I'm going to take the leash. We're going to go out. There you go. Remember, you always talking to them. Make them feel they're the best. Good job. Watch. Watch. Ready?
Go.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see here.
Oh, yeah.
I can see.
Watch. Yeah. Good girl. This is how I work at the house. Watch. Good job.
Cannot flip the camera. I don't know if you can see it.
Can you guys see it? Can you see it?
Yes, Diego, we can see it. Yes.
Okay, Eddie, you can go there. You can go the other side. Go the other side.
Yes. But
Soft hands, always. Okay. I'm going to go out real quick with this girl. I told you what we use. I bring here my cooler. Good job. Ice. Yummy. Good job. Remember what we talked about. Keep them cool. Watch. Keep them cool is the key. Is the key for them, okay? So you keep them cool before the judge going over. Okay? Good job. Good girl. Okay? Like I always say, soft hands. Nice and square, one tight body. Okay? Movement. Get yourself together. No running. Look at my body. How it's gonna move. Ready?
I don't.
Good job. Good girl. Watch. Okay? All the movements, always they gotta be nice and easy. Use your hands nice and gentle. More down.
Cannot see.
Okay? Everything gotta be nice and easy. Good girl. Watch. Watch.
Cannot see.
Good job. Good girl. Okay? We're going in. I'm gonna take just one more puppy. Good job. Same process.
coming, guys. It's all right.
I'm doing this. We always talk to them.
Yo para que no flip the camera.
Like this. Where we then we do the process. We put the conditioning, always the conditioning. Yeah. Come on, baby. Good puppy. There we go. Oh, yeah. This is a young puppy that she's learning, so it's very important. This the part that she's got always looking at me, okay? I don't let her see. Watch, watch. Oh yes. Good puppy. Good girl. Good girl. Good puppy. Watch, watch. Watch. Good job. Good job. It's very important to have the communication so they always can watch you what you're doing, okay? Ready? Ready? It's not a race. We know that, okay? Watch. Ready? Good girl. Good girl, Sarah. Sarah, watch Cookie. Watch, Sarah. Watch, 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 watch. Good puppy. Yes. Good girl. Good job. Good girl. Always have that communication, okay? Soft hands, talk to them, and be gentle, okay? It's been a great pleasure. My best regards to everybody. Wishing you all everybody the very, very best. And thank you everybody for having the time.
Thank you, Diego. Much appreciate your time. Thank you.
Bye, okay? Take care, everybody.